Sigma males are a tough catch in the dating world. While looks may grab their attention, it's not enough to keep it. Independent and hard to impress, these lone wolves seem immune to typical charms. But there's one rare type of woman who can break through even the toughest Sigma exterior. She's different, she's irresistible, and she's got something no Sigma can resist. So what makes her stand out? Here are the 7 key traits that make her the only woman a Sigma male will fall for. Number 1. She won't blast your issues in public, no matter how upset she gets. There's nothing more frustrating than having your personal problems aired out for everyone to see. Imagine you're with your friends or coworkers having a good time, and suddenly, she decides it's the perfect moment to bring up something that's been bugging her. It's embarrassing, disrespectful, and downright unnecessary. It puts you on the spot and makes you feel small. A Sigma man has no patience for this kind of drama. He wants a woman who respects his privacy and knows when to keep personal matters out of the public eye. A woman who won't betray your trust by talking about your issues with anyone else, especially in front of people you barely know. If she has a problem, she can confront you about it privately and respectfully, not in a way that belittles you. If she can't handle her emotions and needs to resort to public shaming, she's definitely not the right match for a Sigma man. Think about it. No one's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, and sometimes things need to be addressed. But airing those issues in front of others doesn't solve anything. It just makes you both look bad and can even cause more problems. Imagine you've had a rough week, and maybe you've been a bit snappy. Instead of calling you out in front of friends or family, she waits until you're alone to discuss what's been bothering her. She expresses her feelings without blaming or shaming you. This kind of communication not only resolves issues effectively, but also strengthens the bond between two people. Sigma males don't want a partner who turns disagreements into humiliating public spectacles. They want a woman who can trust her to have their back, even when things aren't perfect. It doesn't matter how upset she is. A woman who resorts to public shaming is like a ticking time bomb. You never know when she'll decide to use your personal life as ammunition for her own benefit. It's only a matter of time before she turns that anger on you or someone else. Number 2. She doesn't rely on men's attention to feel valuable. Think about social media. Everywhere you look, likes, comments, and followers seem to define how valuable someone feels. Some women live for the thrill of someone double-tapping their latest selfie or checking them out on the street or at the gym. Some photos have nothing to do with their faces, but they just can't resist sharing those random lingerie shots, even when they're with someone. Their excuse is always the same. What's wrong with being proud of my body? There's nothing wrong with it, but when that's the only way you feel valued, it becomes a problem. Sigma males would never fall for such a woman, no matter how good she looks. While they may appreciate a woman who takes care of herself and values her appearance, no Sigma wants to be with someone who thrives solely on male attention. It's like dealing with a high-maintenance teenager who constantly needs validation. It's cute for about half an hour, but then it's just exhausting. Sigma males want a woman who doesn't tie her worth to who's staring or who's complimenting her. Sure, it's nice to get a compliment, but she's not fishing for them. Imagine chatting with her and realizing she hasn't even checked her phone once. She's fully present, engaging, and genuinely interested. You might wonder what her secret is, but really, it's super simple: self-assurance. You'll never catch her getting jealous or worked up over trivial things. When other women might feel the need to compete or seek approval, she just doesn't. She has nothing to prove. And that's incredibly attractive. While most women intentionally choose outfits that are eye-catching enough to turn heads, she couldn't care less. She dresses for herself, not for anyone else. So why do Sigma males find this quality so irresistible? Because they know that with a woman like this by their side, they'll never have to worry about her seeking validation or competing with others for attention. It makes them feel relaxed, knowing she won't get caught up in anyone else's sly compliments or flirting. Number 3. She doesn't use silent treatment to punish you. Many people know how frustrating it is to deal with the silent treatment. You did something wrong, or maybe you didn't. It doesn't matter because instead of talking it out, she just stops speaking to you. It's like living in a house with a ghost. She walks around like you don't exist, giving you one-word answers or worse, staying completely silent. It's confusing and emotionally draining. You start overthinking every little thing you might have done wrong. A woman who refuses to play this game is a rare gem. She knows that real communication means facing issues head-on, not shutting down. When something bothers her, she tells you. It could be a simple, "Hey, we need to talk," or she might sit down with you and lay everything out. Either way, she picks the mature route. She doesn't leave you guessing and stressing. When there's a disagreement, she's upfront and clear about what's bothering her. No mind games, no sulking, just straight talk. This clear communication not only resolves problems faster, but also builds trust. You feel like you can discuss anything with her, big or small, without walking on eggshells. A woman who doesn't use silence as a weapon makes you feel respected and heard. There's no room for petty power plays or emotional manipulation. Silent treatments are not just childish. They are toxic. They create distance and resentment. What's the point of being with someone who makes you feel lonely even when they're right next to you? Life's too short for that kind of negativity, and Sigma males would never waste their time on someone who resorts to such immature tactics. While they may have their own moments of silence, these men don't use it as a weapon to hurt their partners. Number 4. She doesn't play games to test your loyalty. Everyone knows those relationship games. Stuff like pretending to be jealous to see how you react or sending mixed signals just to test your loyalty. It's like she's putting you through some secret test without you even knowing it. Just imagine that stress. Nobody has time for that nonsense, especially not Sigma males. Trust isn't something you should have to earn through childish games. It should be a given, the base layer of any solid relationship. When a woman decides to skip the games and be straightforward, that's when things get real. She won't be checking to see if you're obsessively texting other girls or if you remember some obscure anniversary. She communicates openly, saying what she needs and expects from you. Think about how much easier and more relaxed things are when you're with someone who's straightforward. There's no second guessing or wondering what she meant by that weird text. You don't have to decode signals or go on a scavenger hunt to prove your loyalty. It's clear, it's simple, and it's real. Sigma males don't have the patience for anyone who plays games. They are straightforward and authentic, and they expect the same from their partner. When there are no mind games, everything is more genuine. You can trust her to be herself, and she trusts you to be you. It's all about being real and honest. Number 5. She doesn't bring up past mistakes in every argument. No one likes arguing, but it happens. What makes it worse is when old mistakes keep getting dragged into every fight. It's like you're stuck in an endless loop, never really moving past anything. That's exhausting and, honestly, a little annoying. It feels like she's keeping score and waiting for the perfect moment to use it against you. While Sigma males may not mind a good debate, they certainly won't tolerate someone constantly bringing up their past mistakes. Of course, they're not perfect either, but they're addressing issues as they come up, instead of holding on to them and using them to hurt her later on. Arguments should be about sorting out the current issue, not reopening old wounds. When she focuses on what's happening now, it makes the fight either end quickly or turn into a discussion where solutions come up. You feel like it's possible to fix things because you're not being constantly judged for old mistakes. Think about how much less stressful it is when you don't have to worry about past mistakes shadowing your present. You feel more confident, authentic, and open because there's this unspoken understanding. What's done is done. Everyone screws up sometimes. The important thing is to learn from it and move on. If she doesn't understand that, no Sigma male would waste their time with her. They value growth, not grudges. Number 6. She's not suspicious when you're out of sight. Imagine you're out with your friends and having a great time. Maybe you're talking sports, sharing stories, or just chilling. Or maybe you're simply out running some errands. Your phone buzzes, and it's not a string of paranoid texts asking where you are, who you're with, or when you'll be back. Instead, it's a simple "have fun" or "take your time." This might seem like a small gesture, but for a Sigma man, it's incredibly important. That's the kind of woman Sigma males go for. Someone who trusts you completely and doesn't need constant reassurances. The Sigma man doesn't want to feel like he's on a leash, being pulled in different directions by jealousy and insecurity, nor to feel like he has to constantly check in or report his whereabouts for fear of setting off an argument. He wants a woman who is secure in herself and the relationship, who knows that being apart for a few hours doesn't mean he's cheating. While not all women are naturally suspicious, some may develop these tendencies due to past experiences or insecurities. A Sigma man doesn't want to constantly reassure his partner that he isn't doing anything wrong. He may do it out of love and understanding, but eventually it can become exhausting as it feels like he's being constantly questioned or doubted. Number 7. She doesn't try to turn you into her ideal partner. Have you ever been in a relationship where no matter what you did, it just wasn't good enough? Like there's a checklist you're always trying to tick off. That's exhausting. Nobody wants to feel like they're a project instead of a partner. Although it's natural to have expectations and preferences in a relationship, there's a fine line between that and trying to mold someone into your perfect partner. Sigma males hate that kind of manipulation and control. Sure, they're open to growth and improvement, but when someone expects them to change into a completely different person, they draw the line. A real woman doesn't try to change her partner or fit him into a certain mold. That's for high school relationships, not mature adults. While there may be compromises and adjustments made in a relationship, it should always be a mutual decision, not a one-sided demand.